92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today thinks she might not be getting a call back because she was too prepared for her date.
Too prepared?
Yeah. She took along something in her purse that she figured could help them both out, and apparently she feels like the guy got a little shocked when he saw it.
Whoa, I don't know what it is, but my mind is going to places that are not very clean.
We'll find out what it is in just a second, but she's on the phone right now. Samantha, what's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, you sound really pissed almost right now, Samantha.
No, dude, you guys just made that sound like, oh, what has she got in her purse?
Yeah,
like,
well.
it's a normal thing.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Maybe you're going to think twice now before you put things like that in your purse before a date, right?
Oh,
Could I put it in perspective? Like, could I tell you what happened?
Yeah, I guess.
Sure.
Okay, first tell us how you met the guy you want to call today.
Yeah, so his name's Charlie, and we were set up on a blind date by mutual friends.
Oh, and was it like blind where you hadn't even like stalked him on Facebook or Instagram or anything?
Well, I didn't know his last name, so I couldn't do my due diligence.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But you did look at like every Charlie in like a 50-mile
Dude, I looked at
radius.
so many Charlies. I was hoping our mutual friends. I'm like, who's the Charlie? I was like, geez.
And how was the date with Charlie? What'd you guys do?
We went to this bar that was kind of in between us because we both live a bit of a distance from each other. So we met in the middle at this bar.
And were you nervous going into this, or did you feel pretty cool?
Yeah, it was my first blind date. So
Okay.
I was like, oh, I don't know. And I haven't been able to snoop him. And I was like, ooh, what if I can't hide that I'm not attracted to him? Like, you know, all these thoughts, you know.
So were you relieved when you got to the restaurant, or how'd you feel?
He's very cute.
Okay.
He's very cute. He's like the definition of my type. He's tall, he's got dark hair and green eyes and like these thick eyebrows that kind of come up to a point that I like on guys.
I'm like picturing Dracula, what you just described, but...
No, but I'd give him a shot, you know, at this point.
Okay.
All right. So you were pleasantly surprised with Charlie. Tell us about your date.
So we sat at the bar, we're chatting, we're laughing, the conversation is flowing easy. And he said I can't remember what it was, because this is like on our second drink. Mm-hmm. He said something super funny, and I was like, all right, cheers to that. And then we clinked, and I was like, hold on, to commemorate this moment, can I get a picture? Because what he said was just, it was like a perfect moment on a date.
Hold on, though. You stopped in the middle of laughing at somebody's joke to take a picture?
Yeah.
No, the laughter had ended, and it was like, I think I did it at the right moment, you know? So that's when I reached in my purse, and I grabbed my selfie stick, and you know, after he said yes.
Wait, what did you just say?
Hold on.
I said I grabbed my selfie stick out of my purse.
You brought a selfie stick with you on a first date?
Well, it's always in my purse.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you have to like attach your camera to it and then pull it out. I mean, this isn't...
Oh, come on, you're making it sound like it's like hard labor. You just pop it in and hold it out.
Okay, I would be off put if I was on a date with you.
Dude, it's so normal.
No.
Yeah,
No.
it is. It is. It really is.
I just feel like that's a lot for a first date to put a first date picture up on Instagram.
Look, it's obvious you haven't dated in like a long time. But people do it all the time. Or maybe this is like a generation gap where you guys...
Oh my God, I am not that old, all right? Listen,
All right.
I am married. I will say married, but I'm not that old.
Okay.
Well.
So you ended up taking a picture with your selfie stick. You said in your email you thought that might be one of the reasons he's not calling you back.
That's the only thing that stands out in the date, because like after that, a group of his friends were also just happened to be at the same bar, and they came over and they said hello, and he introduced me, and they invited him to... they were going to some other place, and he was just like, yeah. And so we closed out and walked outside. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. The moon was huge. It was bright. It was creating this like beautiful blue backlight. I didn't take a picture.
Okay, I thought that's what we were working up to, and I'm like, all right.
No. But it was just really romantic and just sort of magical outside. And so, you know, we went out to get some air, and I pointed it out. I was like, wow, look at the moon. It's gorgeous. Like, this is so romantic. It was a perfect moment for a first kiss.
And?
That's what I'm thinking.
And
I don't think he picked up on the moment.
Oh.
Did he just stand there and go, yeah, it is gorgeous?
That's exactly what he did. That is exactly what he did. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe he's a little socially awkward. So I started like slowly leaning in, like, what are you doing?
Oh, you got shot down.
Oh, no.
Dude, so I got shy, and I was like, you have something on your shirt. I was just going to get it off.
I would say smooth recovery.
Yeah. Very.
Well, not exactly, because he was like, really? Because I thought you were trying to kiss me, and that would be weird.
Shut up! He said that? He said, and that would be weird.
Whoa.
And that would be weird. And I was like, no, I wasn't trying to kiss you. Like,
Really?
You're like,
What are you talking about,
That's
you pervert? You're out here
disgusting.
trying to kiss me or something? Are you dropping hints?
and he's like, because I just met you, you know? And I was like, of course. Yeah, I just met you, you know?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I like her.
So that's an awkward end to the date then. Was that like the last little
Yeah,
bit?
so that felt awkward, but like the conversation was so free-flowing and it was so easy and light and fun. And that's why I'm kind of disappointed he didn't call me afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I could see that. I mean, selfie stick aside, it sounds like a great evening.
Yeah.
Like, how can a selfie stick, something so simple, be a deal breaker?
I wouldn't think that would ruin things for you, but maybe the awkward kiss moment could have.
Well, he doesn't know that I was going in for a kiss. I played it off pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Samantha is on the phone, and she wants to call a guy named Charlie. They were set up by friends. They went out to a bar, had a fun time. She thinks that he might have thought the selfie stick she brought along was awkward to take pictures with. And then at the end of the date, there was another awkward moment when they walked outside and saw the moon, and she looked up at it and was thinking, this is so romantic. I know that he's just going to lean over right now and we're going to make eye contact and
Oh my gosh.
we're going to share a beautiful kiss. And then in his head, it was just, that is a nice moon up there. That sure does look good. It'd be really cool if you would kiss someone in front of that moon, but too bad I don't got nobody to kiss. So it was definitely mixed signals. He wasn't getting the right signals from her. She tried to lean over for a kiss, and he was like, whoa, what are you doing? And she had to play it off like she was getting something off of his shirt. So they parted ways, and she hasn't heard from him since. So we're about to get him on the phone and find out why.
Jubal, I need you to not bring up that I tried to kiss him, please.
Oh, you don't want that information out there.
No, dude, you guys are killing it. I got away with it. Why are you?
Yeah, I mean, you said
what
that
we
you played
do.
it off fine, and you said that he had no idea, so I won't bring that up. I won't
really
say, hey, did you notice that she was trying to kiss you when you shut her down accidentally?
Oh my
Okay, I'll dial his phone number right now, okay? Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Charlie, please?
this is he.
Hey, Charlie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What? I'm sorry. What's Brooke and Jubal in the morning? What can I do for you?
It's a radio show, a morning radio show.
A morning radio show. And what does it have to do with me?
Well, I'm calling you today because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
An email from a listener about me.
Yes,
Why?
because they recently went out on a date with you and they thought you were awesome, but now you're not calling them back.
Okay, so
I know, it's weird.
so what do
I'll
you?
explain it to you, Charlie. I'll explain it to you. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what happened. So you went out with a girl named Samantha the other day.
Isn't not returning the call enough?
Well,
Most of the time.
apparently, I mean, it's enough to let them know you're not interested, but they want to know why.
Wow. Yeah, I don't really know if I want to talk about it. I don't know if it would be fair to Samantha. I don't know.
Well, if you're thinking about it being fair to her, she is the one who wanted us to do this phone call, and she also said that she's willing to hear whatever the reason is.
I mean, she told us that she thought you guys got along great and that you had good chemistry.
Oh, good chemistry. She said that as well.
Well,
Good
not
chemistry.
okay. Listen, she didn't say that specifically. That's how I interpreted what she said about the date. Like that you laughed. It was easy. There was
Yes,
even.
it was easy to laugh. Yes.
Whoa.
Wait, did you mean that? Like, Did you just insult? Was that an insult?
No, listen. All right, look, this is difficult. I'm not a jerk. I enjoyed meeting Samantha. It's just obvious to me that she has some drama going on in her life, and I don't want to be involved in it.
Why is it obvious?
I don't know what she told you.
Well, she said that you guys got set up through friends, went to a bar, took a picture there, and then hung out for a little while, and that was about it.
Took a picture there. Okay, yeah. It was more than a picture. It was like a production shoot. She breaks out a selfie stick, has to take a number of different pictures till she finds the right one, then spends more time putting effects and filters on it and whatnot. I was willing to be like, all right, no, whatever, no big deal. But then I get home, and on Instagram, she's got somebody else tagged, and the quote is what freaked me out. She's like, I want to get specifically. Hold on. She says, "Sorry, Jake. Looks like I've moved on."
Nuh-uh. What? You were part of a revenge picture?
Oh!
I guess so. I don't know what is going on, but there's some kind of drama there, and I don't want to be involved in it.
She did not tell us that. She made it sound so innocent, like she was just capturing the moment, and it was no big deal.
I don't want to be involved in any of her drama. I've had that stuff in the past, and I am not ready to deal with it. I don't want it.
Wow.
Okay, well, you're probably going to really like the fact that she's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. Not dramatic at all. So, Samantha.
What are you talking about? She's on the phone?
Yes, she's listening right now. Samantha?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, my God.
So first, Charlie, let me just say that there's absolutely no drama at all to be worried about. And just to explain that post, I recently got out of a relationship, and my ex had done that to me a few weeks ago. And
sounds drama-free.
Well, and so I did it back. But what the point is we both shot our shots off the mast at each other, and it's over.
Oh, sure.
All right.
If I could, and listen, Samantha, I really enjoyed your company, and as I said before, I knew you were there. Absolutely beautiful girl, but I felt like I had been cast in this role of your boyfriend, and you were shooting like you were just looking for somebody to stand next to you in the Instagram shot.
I know. I'm sorry that it came off that way, and I made you feel that way, or any of that. I could not be more sorry. But the truth is I really do like you, like quite a lot. and that isn't normally me. I was emotional and sort of just overly excited when I had finally met you and you were you. So I'm hoping that this doesn't kill things.
Oh, wow. Well, that's really nice of you to say, Sam. But I was just kind of like, what the hell is going on here?
I get it.
Yeah, no, but like really, Sam, like what were you thinking when you posted it? Were you thinking about how you liked him, or were you just thinking about getting back at your ex?
Honestly, I was like 2 drinks in, rounding the third, and having fun, and I don't know what made me think this is a good time to do this, or that I should at all.
Right, because I think what you said is really nice, but it is a red flag if you're on a date with somebody and you're 2 drinks in and the first thought is your ex, right?
Yeah. Right.
Well, no, okay, just in my defense, the first thought wasn't my ex. The first thought was, what he said was super funny, and I want to remember this moment. And I took the picture, but then when I started running it through the filters and saw how good it turned out.
Okay.
Then you thought revenge.
Yeah.
I get that. I've been there. I understand.
It's a good pick.
But you got to understand that it comes off as a little crazy, right, Charlie?
Totally crazy, and it just seems like she's got this thing where she's got to let everybody know, including Jake, that she's going out with somebody else. I don't need this, man. I don't need Jake all of a sudden contacting. Who knows? I don't know how things ended, but all of a sudden I go home, here I am, and her Instagram with a quote that says, "Sorry, Jake, looks like I've moved on."
Well, I will say, Charlie, you should be flattered, though, because no girl would post that if you were ugly. You're obviously an upgrade from Jake, because that is the only reason she would text and tag Jake in that.
The picture really did come out really great in spite of it all. And I know it was stupid of me to write that caption. And I really hope that I'm not entirely judged by one stupid, buzzed, bad caption.
Well,
You know?
let's find out. Charlie, would you like to go out with Samantha on another date? We will pay for it. Will you go out with her again?
Can it be social media free?
Oh.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course?
Yeah, I know.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I trust you.
Well, give me a chance to build back the trust.
Ooh.
I think you can actually trust her, because if she was going to call us and put all this on the air, and if her ex heard, she looks pretty pathetic right now. So she's just risking a lot for this date, I'm saying.
Thank you.
What do you think, Charlie?
You know what? I think it's worth one more date. Let's do it.
Yay!
Oh, cool.
So that's sweet. All right. Well, congratulations, you two. And hey, Samantha, on this date, if you actually do try to lean in for a kiss, it might actually happen.
Jubal, you weren't supposed to say anything.
Say what? I just thought maybe you guys could share a kiss.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in, it's 78592. It says anybody that posts a "I'm so over you" picture on Instagram or any social media is proof that they're not over anything.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you missed today's second date update, Samantha wanted to call a dude named Charlie. They went out on a date. She had a great time. Was wondering why he wasn't calling back. Well, on that date, they took a picture, and later on, he went home and saw it on Instagram. He was tagged in it, but so was her ex-boyfriend, saying, "Look at me, I'm moving on." And he didn't want to go out with her again because he's like, okay, that's weird. I don't want to get wrapped up in all this drama.
Yeah.
But they worked it out, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
but
kind of.
He's probably still worried
Kind
a
of.
little bit.
And like I
Yeah.
said, he's hotter than the boyfriend, so he's got that going for him.
True, that was
Yeah.
a good point.
You know, you're never going to post a picture with somebody uglier and say, hey, I moved on.
No, definitely not. At the end of it, they did agree to go out again, and she promised that she won't do that anymore, and she's over her boyfriend. So
Yeah,
we'll
sure.
see where they wind up. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Less than 3.
Are you looking for the thrill of your life? With Zadart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company, you can book a Lamborghini, Ferrari, and more. Visit Zadart.com, ZADART.com to book your exotic car ride.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A guy named Kipling is on the phone today for a second date update.
He sounds very high class.
Yes, he does. Kipling. Apparently, he's not very good at dating, doesn't date a whole lot, and he's afraid that his nerves might have got the best of him on his first date. Kip, how you doing?
Good.
Can I call you Kip?
Yes, actually, Kip is. Most people call me Kip.
Okay. I don't know why. I just don't want to call you Kipling the whole
I
time.
know, it just sounds
I don't know
weird.
why,
It
but it
rolls
sounds
off
weird.
The tongue weird.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, it's a weird name.
Okay. So Kip, now I want to call you Kipling every time. This is
I mean, you can if you want to.
all right.
And
Well,
Kip,
anyway.
remember, you're getting made fun of by a guy named Jubal.
Yeah,
so
right.
you're fine, dude.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, Kipling, whatever. Just tell us about your first date a little bit. What's the problem?
Okay. Well, I don't generally date a lot, like for the most part.
Okay.
I just don't go on a lot of dates. I don't do the whole online dating thing, just because it's weird and hard. But anyways, this friend of mine at work, she sort of showed me this, her friend, Mona, She was showing me pictures of her, and
It sounds to me like you're trying to say your friend from work hooked you up with a date.
Yeah. Am I not explaining that right?
Well, I mean, you did. It just sounds like you're a little nervous maybe and kind of all over the place.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine, man. You're doing a really good job.
Yeah,
You're here with friends. Kip will help you out.
So your friend set you up with a lady.
Right. My friend set me up with this girl, and we talked on the phone, and we decided to go to a restaurant. And I picked a really nice restaurant because I wanted to impress her. I mean, she looked really cute. I hadn't been on a date in a while, and I wanted to impress
Take her somewhere where they have silverware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's a good move.
Classy.
Yeah.
A woman will always love you if you feed her well.
Well, I guess, yeah, right? But I got there late. I misjudged the traffic, and I got there like 15, maybe 20 minutes late.
Oh, wow. That is a lot late. Like 5 minutes is okay, but if you're 15 minutes late.
Yeah, it's a long time
I know.
to wait.
Did you text her and say, hey, run in a little bit behind?
No, I didn't want to text while I was driving. No one should do that.
That's a good point.
Back to your date, Kip. How did she react when you were that late? Did she seem upset by that?
She seemed fine with it. She was really nice about it, but I was already so nervous because I was late. And then this thing happened. Well, I guess I was surprised by the size of her. She had a really big chest area.
Oh, Kip.
Okay.
Wait.
That'll happen. That'll happen sometimes.
She had boobs, is what you're saying. Big ones.
Brooke.
Yeah, and I wasn't bothered by it, obviously, but I just sometimes I would catch myself, not talking or looking at her face, and I was just really nervous, and so at one point I feel like I overcompensated, and then I just stared too much at her face.
Like it's kind of like when somebody has a weird growth on their face or something, and you're like, I can't look at it, and then you keep catching yourself looking at it.
Yeah, but if that was on her chest.
Okay.
Did she?
She had two, I guess. Apparently.
Giant growths.
Yeah.
Did you actually address the problem, or did you guys not talk about? I'm serious. Like
No. That she had big boobs. No.
Well, I mean, I have not a huge chest, but I have a larger top half, and when somebody's staring, sometimes I'll just ask, hey,
Eyes
up here.
Well, if you're asking me if I went online and looked at pictures of you, I haven't.
What?
No, I don't think she's saying that
No.
at all. I think she's saying, did it ever get brought up that you were having trouble paying attention to the conversation because of your date's boobs?
Oh. No, I thought that Brooke was asking me if I'd ever seen her chest, because it's larger.
No.
Okay.
No, she wasn't. But, hey, you can always go to the website after the second date update is done and look if you want.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Kip.
All right. So did she make any reference to you staring at her chest or not staring at her chest?
No, not that I remember. I didn't. I mean, no.
Okay. So it was just something that you were self-conscious about on the date.
Yeah, and then I was self-conscious that I was self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
So the whole time, that's all you were thinking about is don't look too long at her boobs. Oh, crap, I looked at her boobs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I was thinking about looking at her boobs, and it was just...
You're just downhill for you. Did you hear a word that she said on the date?
I mean, I know at one point she was talking about swimming, but I have no idea what that was about or anything.
How long did you spend at dinner staring at her breasts?
Well, so that was the thing. I thought that, I don't know, in my mind I thought dinner and drinks would last like 3 hours, and then we were done by like 45 minutes. So I started to panic, and I was, suggesting a bunch of activities like, do you want to go bowling? Or, I don't know, I just was suggesting these activities, and she kind of wasn't really into it. She said she had to go and meet a friend, and so, I walked her to her car, and I didn't get a chance to like try to kiss her or anything because she was getting in her car, and then I asked her if I could call her, but she was closing the door. I don't know if she heard me or not.
So do you walk her to her car and she didn't really say much to you and close the door in your face? Because that's what it sounds like.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I was just a little nervous, and so by the time I worked up the courage to just ask if I could call her. She was closing the door.
I picture her driving out of the parking lot. Like, can I call you? No? Okay.
And then she squealed off.
Kind of.
Kip, you sound like a really nice guy talking to you, but your description of the date sounds like you acted like an awkward perv.
Yes.
No, I wasn't being pervy. It's just that was what was on my mind about her. And I don't date a lot, and I thought that this girl was really nice, and we kind of had a nice time. I just was hoping you guys could help me figure out like what went wrong.
Okay, we can definitely do that. What we'll do is we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Okay, hang on.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I can honestly say, out of all the second date updates we've ever done, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of second date updates, I've never wanted anybody to get a second date more than my man Kipling, who's on the phone right now to do a second date update.
It's the story of an underdog.
You might know him as the Kipmeister, the Kippinator, Mr. Kipplesworth. Kipling is on the phone right now. He's a great dude, but he got a little nervous on his first date because he was ambushed by a woman with big bazooms.
How dare she?
I don't think
And
she
that will
ambushed
happen
him.
from time to time. Kip was not ready for it. If you were listening to the first part of the second date update, Kip explained that he has not dated very much. He went out with a girl that he met through a coworker, and when he met her at the restaurant, which he was 15 minutes late to, by the way, she actually had a very large chest, and Kip was nervous the whole time and couldn't pay attention. And he barely heard a word she said. She ended the date by just hopping in the car and leaving, and he hasn't spoken to her since. Kipling, are you ready?
Yeah. I hope you can work your magic or do your thing,
Well, we'll see if we can do our thing here. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
I was looking for Mona.
Yeah, this is her.
Hello, Mona. My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Cool. Have you ever heard the show before at all?
Yeah, no, I've heard of you. I just don't listen
That's okay.
that often.
Okay, cool. Well, you may have never listened really before, but you're actually on the show right now.
What do you mean?
I mean that one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
About me?
Yep.
Really?
Yep, and they said all nice things, too.
That's great. What's it about?
It's about a date that you went on recently.
Really?
Yeah, you went on a date with a guy named Kipling.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mean Kip?
I do. Yes, I do. And he actually emailed us because he wanted us to get a hold of you. I guess you're not calling him back since your date, and he's confused.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you don't want to go out with him again?
I mean, he seemed like a really sweet guy, but I could just tell he was really, really nervous, like anxiously nervous, like kind of extremely awkward.
On a scale of 1 to 10 and the most awkward dates you've ever been on, how was this date?
A 15.
I'll tell you why I ask it like that, because we actually talked to Kipling. Sounds like a nice guy, but he was also very nervous talking to us, so I can't imagine how he would be on a date.
Yeah, like everything you can imagine, like times 1,000.
Did it get better as you guys hung out longer?
Yeah.
No, it only got worse.
Oh.
How did it get
Poor
worse?
guy.
Like, he showed up almost 20 minutes late
Right.
without letting me know.
Yeah.
When he walked in, though, despite being 20 minutes late, were you kind of excited? Like, oh, he's cute.
I mean, he was like nerdy, awkward, cute. I was like, maybe this could end well. But I'd been waiting for him to order, and the waitress came, and he gave her our menus and said we wouldn't be ordering food. We were just going to get drinks. But I'd waited all day to eat.
What?
It was already like after 7, and I hadn't eaten, and all we were getting was drinks. Like, we went to this nice restaurant, and we weren't even going to get food. Like, why didn't we just go to the bar?
Oh, I would have been like, hell no, I'm getting food. You don't even want to see me when I'm hungry right now.
We were like a few drinks in, and I started getting a little tipsy, and I finally was like, hey man, like, I'm really hungry. Like, is it okay if we order something? And he was like,
yeah, sure, I'll get an appetizer for us to split.
Oh, wow.
So then he decides to get calamari, which is fine. It was great.
Yeah.
And I was eating, and he could tell that I was uncomfortable. So then he says, can I ask you a question? And, of course, I said, sure. And he asked me if I'm having a good time because my face doesn't look like I'm having a good time.
Oh.
Your face doesn't look like you're having fun. What'd you say to that?
I just smiled and put more calamari in my mouth.
Come on, you were, though, probably showing some pain on your face at this point.
I think at that point, a few drinks in, no food in my stomach, I couldn't hide a thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So it was just a very awkward time for you.
It was extremely awkward.
All right. You know what else is going to be awkward?
What?
He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you right now.
Wait, what?
Yep. Kip, where you at?
Hi, Mona.
Oh, no. Hi, Kip.
Hi.
Oh, Kip.
Kip, why are you doing this? I'm confused.
Well, you weren't answering my messages. I thought I wanted to talk to you and see if you wanted to go on another date.
Oh, Kip.
Kip, did you hear what I said about our first date?
Yeah, and but listen, the thing is, okay, so I don't date a lot, and
Yeah.
I really liked you, and you made me nervous, and I was already really nervous because I was late, and the thing is, I just showed up, and I just wasn't expecting a woman of your nature to be there.
Kip, what does that even mean?
What does that mean, Kip?
No, I just mean you're very beautiful. You know, you're very you have captivating features.
Oh.
You know.
Kip, that's really sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I just got nervous, and that's why maybe I wasn't the best dater. I was nervous, and I could tell you weren't having a good time, and the reason I didn't order a bunch of food is because I don't know, maybe we were gonna, something was gonna happen.
What?
Oh, Kip.
Wait, what are you talking about, Kip? What was going to happen if you ordered food?
I don't know. Maybe you just, if you don't know what happens if the date goes well, and
Oh, gosh.
I just didn't want to have anyone to feel awkward about having bad breath or have stuff in their teeth or anything.
So wait,
You mean like if you
planning-
guys are going to kiss or something at the end there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was planning a lot more than that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
me
Kip.
too, but I'm not really giving Kip that much credit.
I was like, damn, son, slow down.
No. I just meant kissing. Like, we might kiss if it went well. It's a date. That's how would,
Okay.
Kip, I get being nervous, like going on dates and stuff, but you probably don't want to ask if they're having a good time because their face doesn't look happy. Kind of a turnoff.
I didn't mean like that. I mean, your face is beautiful. Your whole is beautiful. You're beautiful, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like I could tell like you weren't having a good time and I wanted you to have a good time,
Yeah, Kip, but maybe you could have phrased it a little differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Look, I was nervous, and I don't date a lot, okay? But, listen, I'm a really nice guy, and, I just feel like I could do it right, We could go somewhere and get food, and I don't know.
Mona, think about it. Like, he's laying it all out there. Maybe next time, because it's all out in the open, he won't have those same type of nerves.
I mean, he's really sweet. And everything he does seems pretty genuine.
Well, how about this, Mona? Would you go out with Kip on a second date? I will pay for it. Free second date.
Time?
What's that?
Said we would get food this time.
You can get food.
Yes,
I promise.
Yes, we could do whatever. We could go bowling or get food or whatever.
He's the same way.
Kip, you really like bowling, don't you?
I just don't date a lot, and that's just the last date I went on. We went bowling, and we had a great time.
Oh.
You guys don't have to go bowling if you don't want to, Mona. You can do anything. We will pay for it, though. Will you go out with Kipling again?
You know what? I guess he does deserve a second chance.
Whoa!
That almost sounded not painful.
What does that mean?
You're saying yes?
Yes, I'll go out with Kip again.
Yay!
Yeah, really? You won't regret it, I promise.
Congratulations, Kipling. You got a second date, man.
I can't believe you guys did this. This is amazing.
Kip, I can't believe we did it either, honestly.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 that says, I can't believe Jubal didn't advise her to wear a turtleneck on their next date. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this guy named Kipling, or Kip as we call him, wanted to call this girl named Mona. He had a very awkward first date with her. I think he's just kind of awkward at everything.
Yeah.
He hasn't dated in a while, and apparently he was so nervous on his first date, he couldn't stop staring at her chest.
Yeah, he was shocked that she had boobs when he showed up. Because apparently he hasn't seen a woman in the last, I don't know, lifetime.
She showed up and had a large chest, and he was like, I couldn't even listen to what she was saying at all, and it was very awkward.
He's like, don't look. Okay, look, now you're looking too much.
Yeah, another text in at 78592 that says, Kip needs to wear blinders on a date so he doesn't get distracted. He does.
Except for instead of blinding the sides, it's just blinding anything below eye level.
Yeah, and somehow we were actually able to get the girl to go out with him again. I don't know how, but I'm very happy. I was pulling for him the whole time. He sounds like a great dude, just not good at dating at all.
Do you really think the second date is going to go that much better?
I don't at all, but I'm glad that he was able to get a second date. Another text in at 78592 that says, Mona sounds super hot. Kip is not even close to being in her league.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wait,
you don't even know.
Does Kip have competition out there? There's some other nerd trying to win over Mona's love
I
on
would
a
just
text
stare
board?
straight at her chest and let her know I was doing it.
I can handle it.
So
I'll
anyway,
take that woman from Kip.
They got a second date. People are asking at 78592 to get an update on their second date. We'll see if we can do that for you. If she actually does go out with him again.
Yeah, she might have just
I
said
don't know
that.
that there's going to be a lot of update.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. I think I know exactly why the girl on the phone for a second date today isn't getting a call back.
Okay.
Oh.
It's because she moved way too quick.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I read her email. It says she met a guy on a dating app.
Uh-huh.
And get this, she talked to him for 2 months, and then they went out on a date.
Oh, my gosh. That's a
way
long
too
play.
quick, Mel.
Yeah, sorry, Mel.
What are you thinking?
Are you making fun of me for taking it slow?
No, I'm saying whatever happened to the 7-month rule? Like, standard.
I know. It seems crazy that it took us that long.
Why did it take 2 months to go out with this guy? Are you that cautious?
No, I mean, it's just kind of timing and everything. Because, like,
Okay.
at first, you know how when you're on those apps, like, you meet, like, 8 million different people. So at first, it was, like, the little high. It's, you know, over the next couple of weeks, it slowly kind of ramped up. Then we were starting to, like, get a little flirty, have a little fun. I mean, it was all G-rated, but we were texting constantly. You know, it's kind of back and forth. And at work, when you're, you know, sneaking peeks at your phone, you heard the little ding, and you're all excited. So,
Oh, Mel. Is this normally how you do it with dates? It takes you this long?
No. This was just a cool situation, kind of, that we were actually taking a little time to get to know each other. And
Yeah, it sounds like you guys actually got to know each other better than I know anybody in my life. 2 months texting back and forth, and then you guys actually went out. What did you guys do when you finally met up?
we just met for drinks, and we just kind of clicked right off the bat. I mean, I was laughing so hard. My face was hurting. You know how when your cheeks start to hurt because you're having so much fun?
And you sound like you're a hard person to get to laugh, so I imagine he was really hysterical.
Yeah, true.
No, but he was really funny, and I just really liked him, and we just kept talking, and we're kind of, having a drink, and, a couple times, I felt bad, because it's like, oh my gosh, this is going on a long time. I'm having a really good time, but I didn't want him to be stuck, so I was, like, trying to give him an out, and I was like, it's late, I understand if you need to go, you work tomorrow, and all that, and he's like, no, it's like I'm having too much fun, I don't want to go, and that's exactly how I felt.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. And at least you guys didn't learn everything about each other in that 2 months and then you had nothing to talk about. You're like, yeah, I already know everything about you. So how did the date end then?
It was really sweet. He walked me to my car and, he just, gave me a nice kiss on the cheek and said goodnight. It was great.
That is sweet. Was there plans to go out again?
Well, we'd mentioned that we were going to look at our calendars and it just changed. And all of a sudden, I'm not hearing from him. I'm starting all the text conversations. And when I got a response back, and it took a while to get a response, it would be really short, almost kind of rude. It was like a completely different person.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
weird.
And why do you think that is? Do you think you upset him in some way?
It's so funny. I've been over this so many times in my head. And I did realize, and I feel kind of bad, that I did not offer to split the check. And because he just kind of grabbed it and took care of it. So I didn't think anything of it because it's, gentlemanly on the first date. But we were there a long time and we had, a good amount of food. So I imagine it was probably a pretty big bill.
Did you thank him? I mean, did you thank him for paying?
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so you weren't rude.
But there's a couple other things that have been kind of occurring to me, and I've had plenty of time to think about it. That, we did talk a little bit about politics and religion, but it seemed okay because we seem to be on the same page with everything.
Hey, you're both Satan worshipers.
No, nothing crazy, but how we just seemed like we were, kind of on the same page, so it didn't seem like a big deal. It didn't seem like that was super, controversial. And then the only other thing that I didn't think it was a big deal, but while we were walking to my car, I told him, I'm like, please don't look in my car when we get there because it's kind of a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I understand that.
I didn't think that much of it, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe he was really scoping it out or something and, thought it was bad. I don't know.
That's not a big deal.
God, you
Do
insulted
you think
him.
he looked in your car and it was filthy and that's why he doesn't want to go out with you?
Those are the only things. I've had an entire week to try to figure this out, and those are the only things I can come up with. I mean, I don't know.
Those would be really weird reasons not to call somebody back, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, the religion thing and the politics thing, maybe, but if he was offended, you think you would know right away.
Yeah, you can see it in their face.
Totally. Totally.
Okay.
How
All right. Well,
disappointing to go from such a high to such a low.
Oh, it's killing me. It's absolutely killing me. That's why that's why I'm talking to you guys. I need help.
okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call him and get your second date, okay?
Thank you so much. I really need this.
We'll get to it in about 2 months. How about that? Right in the middle of a second date, and if you're just tuning in, Mel is on the phone, and she wants to call a dude named Evan. Apparently, they had a great date. They actually talked online for 2 months before they even went out, and then when they had their date, something went horribly wrong. Because Mel had something in her car. Something that she didn't want anybody to know about. And unfortunately, she thinks that might be one of the reasons that he's not calling her back. Because at the end of the date, everything was going fine and they walked out and she said, "Don't look in my car." And she thinks maybe he looked. And Mel, I don't know what you had in your car, but I'm thinking you shouldn't have drawn attention to what was in there.
Okay, you're probably right. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's just I had a lot of stuff in there.
Is it a lot of stuff like your gym bag and your work stuff, or is it a lot of old food wrappers and dirty?
It's mostly the gym bag and stuff, but there might be a couple bags of food.
Okay.
But it's not a big deal. I mean, I could clean it out in just a couple minutes. I just didn't have time to do it before I drove there.
Are you sure there's no bodies of former boyfriends in the back?
No, I'm pretty sure.
You probably don't even know underneath all the other stuff. Okay.
Pretty messy. One of those guys could have gotten lost somewhere.
Well, we're about to call Evan and get him on the phone and find out why he's not calling you back. Do you have any last words before we make the phone call?
I just really hoping that there's a good reason, and maybe it's something really simple that can be solved. Because I can't tell you, I was so happy and just felt so good at the end of our date. I'm just kind of baffled by all this.
Oh man, I'm nervous, and now I'm going to be really sad for you if this doesn't work out.
I'm going to be sad too.
All right, well, on that note, I'll dial the phone number and get him on the phone and see what he has to say. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Evan, please?
Yeah, this is he. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, you may. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. What can I do for you?
Do you have any idea who I am or where I'm calling from or anything?
No, but I mean, what can I do for you?
Okay, well, my name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. On the phone are also Brooke and Jose.
Hey, what up?
Hi, Evan.
How many are there more people?
No,
No, this is it right here.
just us.
All right. Do you need something? What?
We do, yeah. We got an email about you from one of our listeners.
What?
Her name is Mel, and you guys went out on a date the other day.
Whoa! No! Oh, no! Nah. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No, you did, right? Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I went on, but why is she? No.
What do you mean,
Yeah,
no?
no, yeah,
it's not
yeah.
a question. It's
Yeah,
a statement.
So let me explain to you, okay? We do a segment on our show called The Second Date. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up giving them the cold shoulder after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. So you've been kind of avoiding Mel, and she was hoping maybe we could talk to you and figure out why.
Oh, come on. This is low. This is not.
What is low?
This is not a thing.
No, it's
What's
not.
low about it? I mean, she was really into you, man. She said that you guys talked for 2 months leading up to the date.
I mean, yeah, but that's none of your business.
Well,
That's
she sort of made it our
valid
business,
point.
so now we're on the phone with you asking why you don't want to see her again.
Dude, I mean,
You could have just told her to begin with, and we would have avoided all of this.
I don't know. She's not the woman I envision myself being with.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Is it a looks thing? Is that what you're implying?
Oh, no, I'm not that superficial.
So it's about her personality, not her looks. That's cool, too.
Even worse.
It's not. It's who she is as a person. Not.
Whoa. That is deep, man.
What don't you like about her as a person? We talked to her, and found out a little bit about your date, and she sounded cool to me. Sounded nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very nice. She's a very nice girl.
Okay.
Which is kind of the problem. I mean, nice girls are good to work with. They're good to have as sisters. That's not what I'm into.
Wait, she's nice and you don't like her because you want a bad girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Oh, wow.
All right.
Pretty
Is that it?
Yeah. I mean, she's not mean enough.
Mean?
Like, you wanted her to insult you, or?
The woman I'm attracted to needs to have an edge.
Okay, and what does that mean for you? How do you define a woman with an edge?
Just like she's got this air of danger about her,
Oh.
a little off the cuff, something not right.
Something not right.
Not all there.
Slightly mentally unstable is kind of what you're looking for?
No. I want a girl that, can lash out kind of on a moment's notice for no reason.
Okay.
Like
So,
that can surprise me.
all right. So you're looking for a girl who's a little bipolar.
No, but it's just that these nice girls, what you see is what you get, and that's no fun.
Okay.
All right. So,
I mean,
understand.
I guess there's something for everybody out there, and I'm sure there's plenty of women like you're describing that are looking for a guy who likes that.
Yeah, that's why on our date, I brought up politics. Politics are the perfect opportunity to argue about something.
What?
And then she just ended up agreeing with everything that I said, and it's really boring.
I've never heard of
I guess
that.
I mean, I kind of get what you're saying, but I feel like you guys talked and texted for 2 months leading up to this date. Didn't you realize she was a nice person before you tried to bait her with politics?
I mean, hey, I'm not the same person over text as I am in real life, and I was kind of hoping she was the same way.
okay, so you're hoping she was just playing sweet to lure you to dinner, and then she was just going to rip your head off about something.
Uh-huh.
You never know with some women. There's always this mystery around them, but with her, there wasn't any.
Oh, no, mystery.
Well,
Wow.
Evan, there is a little bit of mystery because she's actually on the other line listening right now and wants to talk to you.
What? She is?
Yep. Hi, Evan.
I didn't mean for you to hear all that. I'm sorry.
This is the absolute dumbest reason I have ever heard or could even imagine to not like someone. I'm too nice.
Yeah, it's just what I like. And I just wasn't that into, how nice you were being. You weren't mean at all. There was no fire there.
That sounds so ridiculous.
Weird.
Well, this is officially the stupidest thing you have ever done in your entire life, and I'm starting to really kind of question that. I thought you seemed so intelligent and thoughtful and rational, and you're really turning that around for me. I'm not quite so sure about your IQ anymore. I'm not sure how many intelligent conversations we could have. Is that more what you like? Is that what you're after?
Look at it. She's so nice at the end of it. Wait,
Yeah.
Does that satisfy you?
No, I'm not gonna lie. That turned me on a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
I could be a mean girl.
You're like a masochist.
I'm not like that, guys. I just like a girl with a little bit of edge, and I know she's trying right now, but that's the point. Is she has to try.
Yeah, Mel, you should not have to try to be a horrible person. You should just be a horrible person.
Seriously, because we agree on politics, we can't sit and watch cable news and get riled up and yell at the TV. We have to yell at each other.
It's a good point, Mel. Maybe you guys have things that you can get angry on together.
I just want someone to go after me a little bit. Call me out on my stuff. I don't need anyone to be yelling at Anderson Cooper for me.
You want to be yelling for Anderson Cooper, and you want them to be behind you about to hit you over the head with a frying pan because they disagree.
I'm starting to think it could be easier and easier to yell at you, Evan.
Mel's like, maybe I could become that person.
You say that, but I don't think it's actually in you. I think when push comes to shove, you're just going to be very pleasant.
Oh, too bad.
Mel.
Why didn't you man up and just tell me that?
Oh, there you go, Evan. She's questioning your manhood.
Are you questioning my manhood?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't like it.
Well, apparently that's what you do like, and you're going to sit there and take it like you should.
Oh, Mel.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like we're getting in the middle of something now.
This is kind of riling me up. It's not a bad thing.
Whoa.
Well, now that you're all riled up, Evan, would you like to go out on a second date with Mel? We will pay for it.
Yeah, bro.
If she can keep this up, yeah, definitely.
Oh, Mel, don't go
Really?
out with him. It's not bad that what he wants, but you don't need to change who you are, Mel.
I think you're right. I don't think there's a thing as being too nice, and no, I'm not interested anymore.
Oh, really?
What are you talking about? You called me. You had these people call me.
So now you're into it, Evan.
Well, it's a good thing I did, because I found out what you're really like, and now I won't keep thinking you were so amazing. I know the truth.
Oh.
Well, I just found out what you were like, and I like it.
You like it.
So now Mel, Evan is officially interested, although
man.
now you don't want to go out with him, right?
No, yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Okay,
That
well,
came full circle. It really did.
Mel, thank you for doing the second date today. I'm sure you can find a guy out there who likes a nice lady.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Evan,
Yeah.
you can keep trying for a date with Mel. And if that doesn't work, I got some ex-girlfriends' numbers for you. Dude. You would love them. Oh, my God.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm not sure how old the dude is who's calling in for a second date update today, but judging from his email, he's just a little guy. Because it
What?
looks like his mom set him up on a play date.
What?
And that's where he met the girl that he wants to call today. His name is Avery. Avery, you there, big guy?
Hey, I'm not a little guy.
Okay. Are you a 6-year-old with a really mature voice, or are you older than that?
I'm 27.
Oh,
You're 27.
Yeah.
Avery, your email made it sound like your mom set you up on a play date because you said that your mom actually set this whole thing up with her mom?
Yeah, that's what happened. My mom's just a little crazy. She kind of just makes decisions for me without even asking me.
Oh, man. She sounds like a walk in the park. And do you usually go along with these ideas, or is this one of the first times that it actually worked out for you?
I've never done anything like this before, but she's my mom, so I've kind of agreed to it, yeah.
So did her mom and your mom talk, and that's how you went out with this girl?
Yeah. They know each other through some book club or something that they're actively involved in, and they kind of just try to hook us up on a date. So that's what happened.
That's kind of cute. I mean, it could work out great. I mean, who knows you best? Your mom, right?
That's right.
So what's the girl's name, Avery?
Her name is Rebecca.
Okay. And was it a true blind date, like where you guys met at a restaurant?
Yeah, well, I kind of stalked her on social media a little bit before.
Okay. So you saw her picture and you thought, I can do this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's good.
So I agreed to go on the date, and we met for dinner. But, it was kind of weird at first.
Okay.
Okay, and why was it weird?
Well, I mean, she's pretty and all. I mean, she's really hot, but her hair just wasn't what I thought it would be.
Her hair?
Yeah.
What do you mean it wasn't what were your expectations of her hair?
Well, like I said, I looked her up on social media, and her hair in the picture, her hair was wavy.
Okay.
But when we met, her hair was straight.
Whoa. Girls have magic things that they can do to themselves, Avery.
No, for real, guys. It weirded me out. I mean, I was prepared for wavy, and then it was straight.
Are you screwing with us right now, Avery?
No, I'm being serious. And it's not that I have a preference for straight hair or wavy hair. I was just imagining wavy hair. So I was like, whoa, and just really caught off guard.
You're a liar.
Yeah. Wow.
That sounds like she's a wild card, dude. Are you sure you want to try to continue a relationship with her?
Yeah, I mean, well, the date ended up going really well. I might have stared at her hair just a little bit because, like I said, it's weirded out.
Yeah.
But we got to talking at dinner, and we just found out that we're both a lot alike in a lot of ways.
Yeah, except she's a liar when it comes to hair, and you're not.
What did you guys have in common, Avery?
Well, we both ordered the same meal, so that means we have the same taste in food.
Oh, man. You both like soup?
Yep. Found out that we both like reggae.
Awesome.
Okay.
That actually shocks me about you.
Yeah, I don't picture you as a big reggae guy, Avery. I don't know why.
No, I totally love it. The offbeats, the bounce chicka wow, like that stuff's awesome.
Okay.
I mean, it's just an awesome form of music. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's cool, Avery.
Hey, I love reggae.
At the end of the night, I invited her over to my place to hang out.
And did she say yes?
Oh, yeah.
She did. Oh, so she was actually having a good time, too. I was doubting it.
Yeah, I think she was having a good time, yeah.
Okay. How did that go back at your house?
Listen to a little reggae music back there, maybe curl her hair so it looked normal?
No, just waves. Don't go all the way to curly.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We did listen to some reggae back at my place, but no, I didn't touch her hair. I left it nice and straight, even though, everything in me wanted to make it curly. I left it alone. I didn't touch her hair that much.
Good.
So wait, was this like a night back at your house, or did you guys just have a couple drinks?
We ended up hanging out, sitting on my bed, and making out a little bit, but nothing more than that.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it sounds like she liked you back.
Yeah, I think so.
God, I bet that's not what your mom had in mind when she set you up. Make-out sessions.
I bet she didn't.
I bet not, Avery, you animal.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't know why she's not calling me back. I've been trying to get in touch with her. I tried texting her a few times. I called her once, checked in with her on social media. I asked my mom to talk to her mom since they're like pals or whatever. And she didn't say anything. She had no intel for me. So I don't really know what happened. I don't know what to do. I don't know if it was something that I did.
Do you believe your mom, or do you think she's lying to you to save your feelings?
Nah, my mom wouldn't lie to me.
Okay. Was there anything weird that happened that you can think of that would have turned her off? I mean, she made out with you at your place.
I really don't know, unless she was picturing my hair being differently, too.
Maybe that's it. Well, hopefully that's the problem, and then we can get her on the phone and clear all that up for you, Avery. We're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, today is a big one. One of the craziest things we've ever heard happen on a first date before, ever.
Oh, no.
What?
Avery is on the phone to do a second date update. He got hooked up with a girl because their mothers know each other. His mom knows her mom, and they said that they should go out on a date.
Mm-hmm.
They did have a fun time, but the biggest shocker for Avery, when she showed up, her hair was different. Yeah.
I mean,
Talk about a bomb being dropped.
God.
Apparently, when he saw pictures of her, her hair was wavy, but when she showed up for the date, her hair was straight. And that made Avery feel a little uncomfortable, but he says that they recovered, had a nice night, even went back to his place and made out a little bit, but now she's not calling him back. Avery, are you ready to get your second date update?
I'm ready.
okay, and looking into the future right now, Avery, if you were to get a second date and say she cut her hair, I mean, is that something you're also mentally prepared for?
Well, it might take a little bit of time, but I really like her, and I think that's all that matters.
Wow, you're a bigger man than most, Avery.
Yeah, salute to you.
All right, Avery. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, okay?
All right.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Rebecca, please?
this is she.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, hi. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. You have any idea why I'm calling?
I honestly don't even know who you are.
Okay.
It's very honest.
I'll explain the whole thing. My name is Jubal, and I host the show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. That's Brooke over there,
Hi.
Hello.
and that's Jose over there.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
You sound very
The
lovely.
reason that we're calling you today is that one of our listeners emailed us about you.
About me.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a guy that you went out on a date with. He says that you guys had a great time, but now you're not calling him back, and he's very confused. Do you have any idea who I might be talking about?
Oh, God. Avery?
Yes. Congratulations. You got it right.
Okay.
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So Avery emailed us because he's confused. He thought your date was great, but now you're not responding to any of his messages.
Yeah, you're right. I am not responding to any of his messages.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, from his description, it sounded like you were really into the date.
I mean, it was fun. I had a nice time, but he's probably a little too much for my taste, and I just don't think that it's a good idea to continue.
Huh.
Okay. Well, I don't know how he could be too much for your date. Can I tell you what he told us about your date?
Sure.
So he said that you guys got set up because your moms know each other?
Uh-huh.
Right. And then he said that you met up, you had a good time, you even went back to his place and made out on his bed.
Yeah, we did.
Sounds real enjoyable when you say it like that.
Yeah. Is that what you mean too much? Like, do you not move that fast normally or something?
Well, not necessarily that. A couple of things became apparent that are kind of red flags for me, and I just felt like I was finished at that point.
He was a horrible kisser, wasn't he?
Well, he wasn't my favorite kisser that I've had, but he wasn't the worst.
Oh, well, that's always the review that guys want after you make out with them. You're not the worst.
Was his place like disgusting?
No, I just don't need to get him in trouble. He seems like a nice enough guy.
In trouble with what?
Just the lifestyle that he lives is a little too intense for me, and I'm
Wait,
you know,
we're talking about the same Avery, right?
yeah.
I was shocked that he liked reggae.
That was kind of the shocker for me too. Like I also enjoy reggae, but like I wasn't necessarily expecting that, so that kind of brought my guard down, and I thought that, you know, maybe we did have a lot in common, and you know, when we went back to his place, I was kind of into it, but that's not really enough to keep a connection alive, I guess. I don't know.
So what
happened?
What was it?
Do I have to tell you? I don't know.
Yes.
Well, we'd appreciate it, and so would he. He really wants to know.
And he's like not going to get in trouble if it's anything weird.
I don't.
Well,
with the law,
it depends on how weird it is. I mean, I'm sure the authorities could get involved if they need to. I don't know
Is there like a
what you're even
body?
talking about.
Well, just basically, like, long story short, we were having a really nice date. We went back to his place. He turned on some reggae. We were making out a little bit. And then all of a sudden he stops me and he says, why don't we kick this party up to the next level?
Whoa.
Wait, what?
What does that mean?
So he pulls this box from underneath his bed and he opens it and it's just drug paraphernalia in it.
What? Like what?
I know. Well, like, you know, like there's some weed and some other stuff. So he offers me, you know, he says, "Do you want to have some fun?" And I say, "No, I'm good. I'll pass." And he says, "Fine. I'm going to have all the fun myself then, I guess." And he puts a pill on his tongue and turns on a strobe light.
Shut up.
Oh my God.
And like all of a sudden the date turns into this rave and I was just I was not on board. And he says, you know, let's go crazy. And then he stands up on his bed and starts dancing and like gyrating.
We're talking about the same Avery.
Yes.
Rebecca, what are you doing? How could you say that stuff on air, on the radio?
Wait. What's going on?
Oh, that's Avery. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Rebecca, our moms are going to hear this.
Oh, moms.
I forgot about the moms.
You've been listening the whole time.
Yes, I've been listening to everything. I didn't know that was an issue.
How could it not be an issue, Avery?
You said you liked reggae. You said you were into the culture. We were on the same page. I thought you
Oh
did
my God,
good
the movement and the historical significance of it, not the drug culture.
But that comes with it.
No, it doesn't.
No. Listen, man, you started out so nice and so very different than you were back at your house. Like you were so calm and it was even almost awkward. And then you get back home and it's just a nonstop party all the time. Like, what is that?
Well, that's the me when I'm in public. But, you know, when I'm in my home, in my den, I mean, that's my safe space.
He invited you into a safe space.
I don't even know what to say to that, Avery. Like, this is like our first date. This is the impression.
Well, I thought you were cool with it. I thought it would be okay and be kind of fun. I didn't know he was going to tattletale on me and rat me out.
Rat me out.
I mean, Avery, you didn't even like gauge how I felt about that kind of thing. You just went to town. Like, I can't. How am I supposed to?
Well, it's because I like you. I thought we had a lot in common. Hey, if you don't want to have fun with me, I get it. It is what it is. Maybe the next time I go out with somebody, they'll actually have the same hair that's in their photos.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What photos?
Your hair is totally different from what you have on Facebook.
I've literally had the same haircut for like 4 years. What are you talking about?
Saw the pictures, your hair's wavy, but you showed up to the date and your hair was totally straight.
Are you kidding me? You showed up to the date like a clean-cut, nice dude and then took me back to your drug den and turned on a strobe light.
Good point, Rebecca.
Best point ever.
Hey, Rebecca, would you like to go out with Avery again on a second date? We will pay for it.
You know, I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe he can use those funds to take somebody else into his den and have a great, wonderful night.
Oh my God, den sounds so creepy every time you say it.
Well, I guess I'll just have to find somebody else to party with.
No, Avery, say no to drugs, for God's sake.
Rebecca, you didn't tell my mom, did you?
No, I've never even met your mother.
You didn't tell your mom either, right?
I just told her that it wasn't a good fit.
Oh.
Ooh.
Whoa, man, dodged a bullet, Avery. I'm sorry you didn't get a date, but you can still live the party on.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Amy, are you a know-it-all?
No, why?
Okay, because I think that might be your problem. If you're just tuning in for the second date, Amy met this guy named Bryce. They were getting their oil changed. And she pointed out when we were talking to her about that she normally likes to change her own oil.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two of them went out to like a painting thing that they were doing at a bar. And then she talked about his art and said, he actually did a really good job. Are you a one-upper, Amy?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. You sound a little bit like a one-upper to me. Like we're going to get him on the phone for the second date, and he's going to answer, and you're just going to come on and be like, my cell phone reception is better than yours.
No.
You're not going to do that, are you?
No, I promise I won't do that.
Okay.
You're kind of self-conscious, though, thinking about how your date went now, aren't you?
Right?
Yeah, you guys, I'm freaking out.
Again, Amy went out with this dude. He hasn't called her in a couple weeks. She's tried reaching out to him, and he hasn't responded at all. So we're about to get him on the phone and find out why. Is there anything else going through your mind that could be a possible reason why he's not calling you back?
No, I'm really nervous now, though.
Yeah, well,
I'm more nervous than you are.
Oh, you're one-upping her. I see what you're doing.
All right, I'm going to
That
dial
was a one-upper.
I'm going to dial this phone number right now, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Bryce?
It is. Who is this?
Hey, Bryce, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
I don't get calls from radio shows very often.
Yeah, I know it could be kind of weird. Listen, I'm calling you because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you and asked if we could track you down. You have any idea who I could be talking about?
No.
Do you remember going on a date with a girl named Amy?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, Amy emailed us and said that she had a really good time on your date, but it's been about 2 weeks now and you're not calling her back. So she asked if we could get you on the phone and find out if something went wrong.
I really don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it at all?
No, I'm good.
Just like 2 minutes.
I don't know about that.
She described the date to us, and it sounded like everything went fabulously.
Yep.
So why wouldn't you call her back?
This is so uncomfortable. Look, this is really awkward.
She described the date to us, and there wasn't an awkward moment that she could think of from your date. And she said that at the end of it, you kind of...
not.
Say that one more time?
I imagine not.
Okay, so was there an awkward moment or wasn't there an awkward moment?
I wouldn't call it exactly awkward, but there definitely was a moment that I just did not like.
Whoa.
What happened?
Okay, I'll tell you. We went to this drawing thing. We did this, drew pictures and made like a flip book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she told us about that. She actually said that you did a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told me that. She, came up to me after and said, "Wow, good job." And she went in for a high five.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't expecting that level of force.
Okay.
So she high-fived you really hard?
Bottom line, my arm is in quite a bit of pain still.
From a high five?
Yeah. I haven't really been to see a doctor yet, but I'm starting to get worried. My arm's in a sling right now. It really hurts still.
Oh my God.
Are you saying that she injured you with a high five?
Well, it may sound funny to you, but I had shooting pain up and down my arm for the rest of the time we were in there, and she wanted to go out and get drinks after, and I told her I had work the next morning, so I left and went straight to the pharmacy and got a sling for my arm.
Really? Your arm is in a sling because she high-fived you so hard.
Yeah, and it still hurts. I don't know if there's nerve damage or what. But she's a nice person, but she's super aggressive, and that was a little too much for me.
Wait, so
high-five
you're
the Incredible Hulk or something?
You're intimidated by her because of her high-fiving injuring your arm?
I'm not intimidated by her. She injured me. My arm hurts.
I'm just imagining her like pulling her arm back and hitting you so hard on your hair. Like I
Yeah,
can't.
exactly. It takes a lot to hurt someone with a high five, and she did it.
All right, so you don't want to go out with her again because you don't want to risk any more bodily harm. Is that what I'm getting?
I'm pretty much leaning towards a no.
Okay. Well, you know what, Bryce? Maybe she can change your mind because she's actually on the other line listening to this and wants to talk to you.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. Amy, Bruiser, you there?
Bruiser.
Hi.
You big meathead?
No
you
kidding.
hurt Bryce.
I can't believe this. So you're not calling me back because I high-fived you too hard?
It hurt.
Oh.
It was so aggressive. I'm not into that.
Amy, can I ask, do you try to come off as maybe a little bit harder than you are? Or tougher?
Maybe because I'm so little. I'm 5'3" and 115 pounds. Like, what do you have, like bird bones?
Where does that even come from? You were joking like this on the date the whole time, too, and that kind of bothered me, too. You hurt my arm.
I barely high-fived you. That wasn't even, like, my most emphatic high five.
Are you threatening him now, Amy?
No.
Do you feel bad?
I mean, I do feel bad, but I just can't believe this situation. Like, I would have never, in my wildest dreams, have thought that this is why you weren't calling me back.
You're super aggressive, and you got to warn someone when you're going to go in for a high five like that. Some kind of heads up.
What else did I warn them about? Like, if you need a warning for a high five, like, how are you going to get through your day, man?
I don't really know what else to say here. You hurt me, and you're not even apologizing for it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, you little baby. I'm sorry I hurt your little wrist.
That's helping. That's helping a lot.
Oh, you little baby. Do you want an apology? I'm sorry.
Stop bullying me. My arm hurts right now. What do you expect?
If your arm hurts so much, why haven't you gone to the doctor in 2 weeks?
I really wanted to believe that it wasn't that big of a deal, but it still hurts.
You did some serious damage.
Hey, Bryce, would you like to go out with Amy again on a second date? We'll pay for it.
No. I don't forget it.
You don't want to go out with him now?
No.
You're being kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If I went on one date with a guy and my high five was too strong for him, do you think that I want to go out with him again? Like, do you really think I should go out with him again? I don't think so.
Well, it's just like the mocking. It seems like a little bit.
Oh my God, get over it. You guys are being such wusses.
I'm with you, Amy. I'm fine. If you go out on a date and they can't handle a little good-spirited bullying, I wouldn't want to go out with them either. So, Bryce, I'm assuming you're not into going out with Amy one more time?
Definitely not. No,
Okay.
I'm really okay.
All right.
Go get my arm
Yeah,
checked
well,
out
I'm
now.
okay
Thanks.
too, Bryce.
Bryce, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. You go put some ice on that arm, okay?
Will do.
Amy, thank you for your email. I'm sorry you didn't get a second date.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just looking for a real man. So if one wanders into the radio station, call me.
All right. Well, Amy, I will find you a guy who loves a little physical abuse. All right? There are some out there for sure.
Gosh, that's messed up.
The best way to break the ice with somebody is to get lubed up together.
Whoa. Okay,
Isn't that-
this is already.
Isn't that right, Amy?
It is. It is indeed.
It is. Yeah. Amy got lubed up with the guy that she went out on the date with. His name is Bryce, and I guess they met while they were getting their oil change for their car.
Oh, thank God.
So did you guys meet like in the waiting room while you're getting your oil changed? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was like a movie, like a really low-budget movie about two people getting their oil changed.
You're really lucky. I'm always like stuck in there with some old dude that loves the popcorn too much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, I actually usually change my own oil, but I had a really busy week that week, and so I was like, all right, like lap of luxury, I'll go have someone do it for me.
All right. How'd you guys strike up a conversation?
Oh, I kind of like noticed him looking at me, and when you're the only two people in a waiting room, it was like first thing in the morning, so there weren't like a ton of people, and I don't know, it's just like a friendly vibe. So we started talking, and I thought he was really cute and like easygoing, and like
the guy who, like, didn't know a lot about cars, but was, like, he was kind of trying. Like, I like cars. My dad taught me about them, and I was kind of, like, giving him a hard time.
So you're basically just emasculating him, being like, you don't know what you're saying. I changed my own oil. I'm only here because I didn't have time today. What about you, chump?
No, I was really nice about it.
I would think that would be really attractive to a male, like a girl who is really hands-on and mechanical.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like he was into it because we actually went on a date from there.
Like, straight from the oil change place?
Well, no, but, like, we gave each other phone numbers and went out, like, 2 days later.
Okay, I thought you just left straight from there. Went to, like, a Denny's or something. Hey, after getting the oil change, I like to wash it down with some sausage from Denny's. All right, so what'd you guys do on your date?
So I have a couple different hobbies, and we were talking on the phone. We weren't sure what to do, so I take this painting class on Thursday nights, and it's really cool. It's like a painting, but also, like, that night was, like, stop motion night. I don't know. It's great. So you, like, do all these drawings where they move incrementally, so at the end you get, like a flip book.
Cool.
It's cool. I know I sound like a dork, but it's cool.
And so, I mean, he knew that that's what he was going to. He was excited about going to this class with you?
Yeah. I was like, I know this is super nerdy, but it's actually really fun.
I would have just gone off board and made like a pervy flip book for you to look at.
Yeah, actually, this was pretty good.
Really?
Okay.
All right. So he impressed you with his artistic skills?
He did indeed. His sensitivity and his artistic skills. He showed me what he's working on at the end of class, and it was really good for a first-timer. And I thought we were having a fun time. So after the class, I was like, do you want to go get a drink, something really low-key? And he said he had to get up early. And I think I, like, ribbed him a little bit about that. I, like, called him a party pooper or something.
How early in the evening was this?
It was like 9 p.m. It was like borderline. So
That's pretty late for a weeknight, I feel like.
I don't think so. I think 9 p.m. is early for a weeknight.
Yeah, because you sleep 2 hours a night. You are not one that gets to judge how much sleep people actually need.
But we get up to do a morning show. Like, if you're getting up at 8, 9 in the morning to go to work, 9 o'clock is not necessary. That's kind of turning in early, I would think. Maybe not.
No judgment, first date. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm, boundaries. I'm a modern girl.
So how did you guys end things? Did he make any plans with you to see you in the future?
We, like, talked about it. He walked me in my car, and we had a quick kiss, and he said he would call me, and he hasn't. And it's been a couple of weeks, and I reached out to him once, and then I just, like, left it alone. Because I didn't want to, overdo it.
Why do you think he's not calling you back?
I wondered if either maybe I, like, ribbed him too much, or I don't know. Some guys, they don't like women who are, like, on top of their game. Like, I have hobbies, I have a life, like, I change my own oil.
Yeah. I've always been unattracted to girls with hobbies and lives because they want you to be involved in their stuff, and then it's like, oh, God, I only want to worry about myself, So I can understand that.
No, come on. I mean, if that was the case, you wouldn't want to go out with him again.
No, and I don't think that's the case. And I just really liked him, and I thought maybe it's, like, a little weird to have a radio station call somebody, but you guys are so cool, and I listen all the time, and I just thought, hey, it's worth it. Like, if it doesn't work out, that's okay. But I am curious.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and find out if you got a second date or if you got ditched.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Hang on. Look, in the oven. It's a cake. It's a pie.
What?
No, it's Captain Casserole. That's right. Able to chop faster than a magic bullet from QVC. More powerful than a ninja food processor. Able to peel a potato with a single slice. Captain Casserole. His food hits your plate and your pants hit the floor.
Get it, Captain
That's his
Casserole.
superpower.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, Jesse is on the phone. Jesse is now better known as Captain Casserole. And why do I call him that? Because Jesse went out on a date with Adrienne, and he made her his famous chicken casserole, he says. They ate it. They had a good time. But during that date, he showed her his comic book room. I guess he's a big collector of comic books, and he thinks that she might have been turned off by that because after he showed her that, the conversation seemed kind of forced, and then she left, and now she will only respond to him if he's like, hey, how are you? She'll respond to that, but every time he asks her out, she says she's busy. So we're about to get her on the phone and find out if it was the comic books that turned her off. You ready to go, Captain Casserole?
Yeah, I just want to know. I mean, that's all I can think of is that maybe it was my comic book.
Let's not forget you're also wearing a Green Lantern ring to top it all off.
I think it's cool. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Captain Casserole. I'm going to be your sidekick. Kid Dyson. Captain Casserole and Kid Dyson.
Dyson, huh?
Yeah. That's a brand of kitchen stuff, isn't it?
No, it's a vacuum cleaner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shows how well I know cooking. All right. I'm going to dial the phone right now. Hey, either way, we can get all the household stuff done. I'll still be Kid Dyson.
Yeah, you can cook, you can clean.
All right, here we go. Kid Souffle may be better. Kid
Cuisinart.
Souffle.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's better.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Adrienne, please?
Yes, this is she.
Adrienne, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Who is this?
Yeah, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Oh, okay. What is this regarding?
This is regarding a date that you recently went on. We do I'll tell you what it is before you get too weirded out. We do a segment on our show called The Second Date. You recently went out with a guy named Jesse, and he emailed us about you. So we're calling to find out why you're not calling Jesse back.
Well, this is really weird to be put on the spot like this.
I know, I understand. Do you not want to go out with him again?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, I don't care. You're not saying no to me. You're saying no to him. Why don't you want to go out with him again, though?
So, I mean, I went over to his house for dinner, and he had talked himself up as this really great cook, like one of the best in his circle of friends or whatever. And
yeah, he told us the same thing. He said he was a pretty good cook, and he said that he made you his signature chicken casserole.
Yeah, first off, chicken casserole is that's not a food. That's something you take to a potluck. That's something,
I was actually kind of thinking the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's a casserole. It's like a throw-to meal that you do when you're like a working mom.
See, I don't cook. I heard the word casserole, and I was like, wow.
Fancy, right?
That sounds hard.
But, you got to give the guy a break. He's like a single dude, so.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
And, I'm a huge foodie. But, if it's good, if it's delicious casserole, by all means, change my mind. Prove it to me, But it was the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Really? It was that bad?
Oh, no.
It was so bad, and he had talked it up so much.
He said that you ate it and seemed to like it.
Well, I was brought up in the Midwest. I have certain manners that I try to,
AKA, you're being
So you were being polite.
Yeah.
Was it like can of mushroom soup bad type of casserole?
Oh, it had to have cream of something soup.
Again, I'm not tracking with you guys because cream of anything soup sounds good to me.
No.
Sounds delicious.
No, that cream of mushroom soup that you get at the dollar store and you pull it out and it's like this gelatinous mass. Listen, my grandma used to make that.
Dude, that cream of mushroom soup. I love that stuff.
Okay, well, if you like it so much, fine. But personally, I would not give that slop to my dog.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah, it sounds like he made a delicious meal to me, but I guess I don't get it. So is that the only reason then that you just didn't like his cooking?
It's one of my deal breakers. One of my priorities is that if I'm going to date someone, he needs to be able to cook. He needs to know how to cook for a woman. He needs to know how to set a table, present a meal.
All right.
Wow.
The comic book thing have anything to do with it? I know that you voiced your concerns about the food. He thought the reason you didn't want to go out with him was his big comic book collection.
Actually, we looked at that stuff after dinner, and I felt physically ill. So I was just trying to, keep it together.
It couldn't have been that bad.
Oh, no.
No, it was. And I don't understand how. I mean, I'm really worried because if that's his signature dish, right? And it's cold in the center.
Yeah.
It wasn't even cooked all the way through. I mean, if that's his pride and joy, then, like, what does everything else taste like? Like, I'm completely terrified to think about that being inflicted on another woman.
I feel like the second date has turned into a Yelp review.
Yeah.
And you're just destroying him.
It's like Food Network right now.
Yeah, well, one of his friends needs to sit him down because they've clearly, like, let him think that he's good at this.
Okay. Well, Adrienne, I do have to tell you that you kind of have already told him because he's actually on the other line listening.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. Jesse, you there?
You really didn't like it?
Oh my God.
I mean, I've made that for people and they love it. Like, I don't understand.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Jesse, but they were just being nice to you because it tastes like trash.
Oh.
Wow.
That's disgusting. It's unconscionably disgusting.
Are you
Jesse, nobody's ever told you that your food is bad before? I mean, the way Adrienne is
No.
describing it, it's the worst thing on the planet.
Like, nobody has even said anything remotely like this at all.
Dude, Jesse, she is being so mean to you. Even if your food is that bad, like, I don't know why you're still, like, even being nice to her at all.
Well, I mean, if she's right and my cooking's that bad, I mean, I can't fault her for being upset about it. I mean,
Yeah, but they could, like,
nobody's told me this before.
Listen, someone needed to tell you, and someone's told you, so you can move forward now, I guess. You need a class. You need a class.
You said class? I thought you said slap.
I heard that.
I thought you were like, you need a slap. I was like, you want to physically assault him, Adrienne?
No. I mean, maybe someone could, but no. I just take a class. You know, if you like to cook, you can get better. I'm sure you can. You can't cook for another woman like that. Like, you just can't. It's not right.
What if I just had an off night? Like, I just wasn't up to snuff. Maybe you just didn't like that particular recipe. What if we have a do-over and I make you baked ziti?
Ooh.
No, absolutely not. No do-overs. No, like, if you can't cook a casserole to warmth in the center, like, that's basic cooking skills. That's common sense.
Adrienne, you should be on one of those cooking shows as a judge.
Yes.
Like, you are perfect for it.
I just know good food, and I know what I like, and it's important to me.
Okay, well, at this point, I need to ask you anyway. Would you like to go on a second date with Jesse? We will pay for it.
The only way I would ever go out with Jesse again is if he took a cooking class and he completed it, and I viewed the certificate with my own two eyes.
Wow.
Well, why don't we take one together? Then you know firsthand that I've gotten better.
No, I'm not taking the class with you because I don't need it, frankly. You take the class, you show me the certificate, maybe we can talk.
So I can call you after I take this class?
Oh, Jesse, come on.
What are you doing? Get a spine, man. Say no.
Yes, you can call me after you take a cooking class. We'll see.
Hey.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll go
Jesse.
take a cooking class.
Come on, man. Like, really? You're going to go take a whole class and everything and show her a certificate just to get a second date?
Well, she's made a lot of good points. I mean, nobody else has told me this. At least she's upfront and honest with me about it.
Yeah, but she doesn't care about, like, the time, the energy, the effort you put into the night.
I mean, if I'm that bad, then yeah, I mean, I guess she has a right to be upset.
Thank you. At least you're open to improvement. You know, like, if you want to be better, then that's something I can get on board with.
Well, there you go. I think this is kind of a successful second date. Sort of.
It's so weird.
I mean, they always say that in couples, hey, you guys should make each other better. Doesn't matter if you do it by just degrading the other person until they do it. And that's what Adrienne just did for Jesse.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for your time, you guys.
Thanks for the help. And if you guys know of any good cooking classes, let me know.
I'll have people text it in 78592. Where can Jesse find a good cooking class? Women like a man who's well-read.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody who's very knowledgeable about the classics, like the Green Lantern,
No.
X-Men,
No.
Superman, things like that.
Comic books.
Yeah, they love it. Jesse is on the phone with us right now, and he's having trouble getting a call back from a girl named Adrienne. Apparently, he thinks that his love for comic books might have turned her off. We'll get into that in a second. Jesse, how are you?
I wish I was doing better.
I guess, otherwise you wouldn't be doing a second date. So the girl who you want to call today, her name is Adrienne?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us how you met her.
Well, we were both at a party like a month ago. She was gorgeous and seemed really cool. So we got to talking and we got to drinking. And before I left, I made sure I asked her out. And she said yes. And I asked her to come to my apartment because I wanted to cook her a meal.
Oh, wait, that was going to be your first date? Like, that's pretty intimate for a first date.
Well, I figured, we started talking about food and what she really liked. And then I mentioned that I like to cook. And it just kind of led from there.
That's awesome. So how did it go?
I thought it went pretty well. I make this really awesome chicken casserole. Like, it's my go-to dish.
Go-to dish?
A chicken casserole?
Are you a good cook?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard any complaints. I like to cook. My mom taught me to cook, and I made this chicken casserole for her. I made cocktails. We had candles. Like, I pulled out all the stops.
So you made it romantic. When she walked in, she knew, like, this guy is putting effort in.
About to get... get it on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but...
Or just have a nice dinner.
Make it that obvious.
Did anything like that happen on your date?
No.
Oh.
No, I was kind of hoping, but I got a hug at the end of the night. I didn't even get a kiss.
Oh, you didn't? Oh. Did she linger for a long time after dinner, or was it like, all right, good chicken, I'm out?
Well, we talked after dinner, and that's kind of when the comic book thing comes up, because she kind of noticed a couple things around my apartment, and I also wear a Green Lantern ring, and so she kind of asked me like that. She was like, oh, that's really cool, what is that? And so I explained it to her. And
you wear it, hang on one second, Jesse, you wear a Green Lantern ring all the time?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like comic books, and I like... It's a long story, but, I mean, it has to do with Green Lantern and willpower, and, I mean, it's not the nerdiest thing in the world.
It's up there. It's close. It may not be quite the nerdiest, but it's definitely in top 5.
All right. Well, she didn't think it was the nerdiest thing in the world. I mean, she thought it was okay. So, and then I started showing her around my apartment, and then we get to what I affectionately call the Fortress of Solitude, where I have all of my collectibles and my comic books.
So you showed her your Fortress of Solitude and your comic book collection and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I take good care of that stuff, and it's all nice and mounted on walls and framed and all that good stuff. And
so it's put together. It's not like you're walking into a college dorm room where there's a bunch of comic books thrown around, some empty pizza boxes everywhere.
No. Like, I mean, I have shelves on the wall and signed books and things like that and all that stuff, and everything's in cabinets. And
you're a legit enthusiast and a collector.
Yeah, I mean, I've collected since I was a kid, so, I mean, it's definitely something I'm passionate about, so I figured she's going to find out sooner or later, and I'm not ashamed of it. So I show her the room, and she kind of got quiet. Like, I thought maybe, she's in awe of my collection. Kind of nodded a lot and just didn't seem that thrilled by it.
Really?
And then conversation got a little bit more strained after that.
How so?
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, before, it was just, back and forth, oh, yeah, you like that? Oh, that's cool. And whereas then it just got kind of weird.
Yeah. Sort of just putting the brakes on everything like Superman in a room full of kryptonite. Am I right?
Nice analogy, bro.
That's a good reference, yeah.
Why do you think that your comic book collection would have turned her off, though?
I mean, if I had just things strewn around or I was running around in, like, Superman underwear, yeah, I guess that could be a thing. But it's something I'm passionate about. I take care of it, and I have a nice place. So that's the only thing I can think of that may have weirded her out.
I mean, I think that women appreciate a guy who definitely has interests, but if you take it to like an OCD level, or maybe she thinks you're immature.
Well, I mean, it's not like I play with the toys that are in there. I mean, they're all on shelves.
You do wear a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, but I mean, it's legit jewelry. It's not like I'm wearing a plastic thing I got.
Okay.
It's legit jewelry.
So that's the only thing you can think of from your date, though, is that she might have been turned off by your love for comics.
Yeah, I mean, everything else seemed to go well. She liked the food I made. She enjoyed the wine and all that good stuff. So
So how many times since your date have you tried to get a hold of her?
I've sent her text messages. I mean, and she'll kind of respond back with, like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm just really busy. But then when I mention, hey, let's hang out or let's get together, I get the silence.
Nothing back. I think that means she doesn't want to go out again. But I'm not a genius. I can't pick up on that stuff very well. That's why we'll play a song, we'll come back and call her and get your second date, okay?
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yep, just hang on. When I think of hot first dates, I think of one thing. Hot melted cheese.
What? Are you dating?
Dripping from a piece of cauliflower at the end of a really long, skinny fork. Oops. Did I get some of that cheese on my bare chest and now I have a 3rd-degree burn because we're eating fondue together? Yeah, that's right, baby. I should probably seek medical attention, but I'm not going to until this meal is done.
Oh my God, that is an image I'm never going to get out of my head.
That is a sexy first date. On the phone for a second date today is a girl named Liv, and that's apparently what she did on her first date with a guy named Mark. They went out for fondue. I don't know if it was as sexy as I made it sound, but that's at least what she said they did in her email. Liv, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Was that a really good recap of your date?
It was so accurate.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So your email said that you met the guy you want to call today off of Tinder, and you guys went out for fondue.
Yeah, we did, and yeah, I did.
All right, and did you like him a lot?
I really did. He was really funny and cute and kept burning things and dropping things, and I just liked that vulnerability.
How do you burn something with fondue, though? Because it's all just like liquid broth.
The bottom of the pot, man, it got scored.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't understand at all what you mean, but all right, we'll go with it. So you liked him. How many times did you guys talk before you actually went out since you guys met off Tinder?
We chatted on Tinder for a long time, but that was our first date.
And what was it about him on Tinder?
I just thought his pictures were cute, his profile was good, and he did look like his picture, which was nice for one.
Yeah, that's always refreshing.
And you look like yours?
Of course I do.
So tell us about your actual date with him. Did you go to a fondue restaurant or did you make fondue at home?
We went to a restaurant, and it was really fun, and I wanted to talk to him some more, but I was like, instead of buying another bottle of wine, why don't you just come over because I have some wine at my house,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we know.
You're a little bit of bait to get him back to your place.
Yeah. So he totally came over, and we had another bottle of wine and made out for a while.
That's awesome.
Do you think that it was just like a Tinder hookup, though?
I don't think so, because we went to dinner.
Oh, okay. Because we ate food, so there was obviously
Couldn't possibly
something
start. Well, did you guys hook up? You didn't. You just said you made out and drank wine.
We did not hook up, but he could have if he wanted to.
If he would have made a play for it. So did he not try at all?
I thought that things were going to go in that direction, but he said he had to work early, and so he took off. But it was only like 9:45 when he left.
Yeah, that is pretty early. Have you heard from him at all since?
We were texting back and forth a little bit, and then I asked him when he wanted to go out again, and that's when I didn't hear from him anymore.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. And
When
was he?
you guys are texting and then you go, hey, let's go out, and then you get nothing back.
It's not a coincidence.
How many times have you pulled up that text message alone just to stare at it, going like, what did I say wrong?
Shut up.
A
lot, yeah.
Yeah. When he left your house, did he leave abruptly?
No, he just excused himself. It was polite, but it was a little abrupt.
But he was still flirting with you via text after that.
Yeah, a little.
A little bit until you asked him out, and then you got nothing.
Yeah.
And how long has it been since you heard from him?
Since our text conversation, it's been about a week.
About a week. Okay. And is there anything that you can think of that would make him not want to go out with you again?
No, I mean, the date was good. I looked hot. You know, it was good conversation, good smooching. I mean, like I said, I looked super hot.
That's always a plus. Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date, all right?
Okay.
Okay, hang on. Liv is on the phone with us. She wants us to call a guy named Mark today. They met off a Tinder, went out, had some fondue, went back to her place, made out a little bit, and then at some point, he said, I got to get up early for work, and left. And now she's not getting a call back from him. Liv, if you're as hot as you say you are, I don't understand why he's not calling you back, because Liv told us she's hot at least 4 times in the first segment for the second date. Liv, since we talked to you just a second ago, are you still hot?
Still hot and still modest.
Still hot,
Yeah,
still
I like
modest.
that. I like that, Liv. Is there any chance that maybe if you were to redo this again, you wouldn't move so fast with the guy? Do you think that's what went wrong?
I mean, it was just necking.
Yeah, Brooke didn't do that.
Oh, I was just saying, she said, like, well, it's his for the taking if he wants it.
Yeah, I didn't announce that he could have gotten lucky. I just know that I was interested.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to call him right now, get him on the phone, and get your second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mark, please?
This is Mark.
Hey, Mark, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Jubal?
Yeah.
From what?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Really?
Yeah. You recently went out with somebody and aren't calling them back, and they asked us to get you on the phone.
Okay.
Wow. Any idea who I might be talking about?
Oh, man. Might her name be Liz?
It might.
Oh, man.
Liv emailed us and said that you guys had a really good time, and she's confused why you won't text or call her back.
Oh, man, that is terrifying.
Whoa.
She doesn't understand why.
Did you say it's terrifying if she doesn't understand why?
Yeah, like that she doesn't understand why it's weird.
What?
Okay. Can you do us the favor and tell us why? She wants to know, and now I really want to know.
Well, I mean, you know, we go to dinner, we go to a fondue place, which is cool. Cheese is fun, you know. And she's pretty hot. You know what I mean? Like, she's hot.
We actually talked to her, and she did mention that she was looking very hot that night, and that she's hot, and it's weird that you're not calling her back because she's hot.
Yeah, it just kept going through my head, like, how is this woman single? Like, this is the kind of person you see with, like, a basketball player, like a professional basketball player.
She's like really hot.
She's super hot. She's sort of like dumb hot, you know?
Is that why you're not calling her back, because you think that she's dumb?
No, you know what I mean? Like, not literally stupid hot.
Oh,
but
you
it
mean
makes
like...
you feel stupid when you look at them.
Okay. Well, if she's so hot, then why are you blowing her off?
I mean, I know, like, this is the thing people say, like, crazy eyes, but, like, she definitely had crazy eyes.
Okay.
Then why would you go back to her house?
I mean, you know, my thing is, like, they're just sort of quirky and weird. It's like, all right, we can have sex once, but I'm definitely not going to, like, call you again.
Well, once you got back to her house, what made you finally decide to leave? Because she told us that you guys were making out and you kind of shut it down early and went home.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the making out was fine. It was good. It was, like, a lot of energy. And then she stops, and she looks at me, like, those eyes, and she goes, oh, my God, I'm late. And at first I'm thinking, like, she's late for a period. Or she's
yeah.
What? That's the first thing that you think of?
Well, whenever a girl says I'm late, that's the first thing that pops into my mind. I'm like, well, there's no way I could have got you pregnant. I just want you to let you know we've just been making out.
Yeah. I didn't even care. I was just, like, going through, like, the boring, normal things that could have been. And then she, like, runs upstairs. She has a 3-story townhouse. And she opens the balcony, and she has this, like, it's like a bag of breadcrumbs. And she's just, like, sprinkling them around. And I'm like, what is going on? She's not saying a word, okay? And then all of a sudden these crows just start swooping in, like they were just waiting, like they were waiting for her. Like, and I was just like, oh my God, this woman feeds crows.
So she was feeding the crows?
Yeah. And she's like, I have to feed them. I have to feed them. I love them. I love my crows. They come and I feed them. And I take care of them.
A crow lady?
That's weird.
And she was talking to them, and she didn't even do like a weird baby voice to make it feel animated. She like used her normal voice to talk to them.
So
I was just like, I gotta make this is weird.
So after she fed her pet crows, did you continue to make out with her?
I mean, she tried. She went in for it, and I was like, okay, maybe I can do this a little longer. But like this thought just keeps going through my head. It's like, she feeds crows.
Yeah, she's got pet crows.
I just don't want to. I can't stand by that behavior. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a party. Like, hey, this is my girlfriend Liz. She feeds crows. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. Well, how would you handle it if I told you that she's on the phone listening right now?
Are you serious? What?
Yep. She's been listening to this entire conversation. Say hi, Liv.
Oh my God.
Hi.
What the hell is going on?
You didn't call me back, and so I really wanted to find out what was up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you were listening, you just heard.
Yeah, you could have told me instead of just ignore me.
What am I supposed to say? I think it's really unhealthy and strange that you feed natural scavengers that are terrifying and don't need your help.
I really don't understand why crows bother you so much.
The crows themselves do not bother me. Me thinking about myself dating a woman who feeds crows in the middle of the night bothers me.
Crows come to me. I don't go to the crows. The crows come to me.
That's great. Then I'm sure you're going to have an easy time attracting a mate who loves feeding crows. Don't you want to feed crows with some dude who, like, his name is Raven and he just gets it? He gets you. You guys, like, write poetry together
really
about your
learn
crows?
something from the crows because they're loyal creatures. They mate for life. They're beautiful. You have a lot to learn.
We are not going to mate for life. We would argue for life.
You know what, Mark? You're so judgmental, and you have to live with that.
I am judgmental, and I do live with it because it helps me prevent myself from dating crow ladies.
Mark, don't you think, though, I mean, for once, like, you have a hot girl that is interesting.
For once? What are you, stalking me on Facebook?
I'm just saying, like, you were going off about how beautiful she was and that it's amazing to meet a beautiful woman who's not dumb. Like, she's got some other stuff going on.
That is the most depressing description of dating someone. Oh yeah, she's beautiful, like, but she's nuts, but like she's got a few things going on.
Well, Mark, I'm not even going to try anymore because I don't want to date you anymore. And I just want to let you know that crows, they remember faces. You just remember that they remember human faces.
Are you threatening Mark with crows now, Liv?
No, I'm not threatening him. I'm just letting him know that the crows are going to remember.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what, Liv? If I see a crow in my neighborhood because of whatever black magic you're just trying to do on me right now, I'm going to get really pissed off. Okay?
Every crow that Mark sees from now on is going to think that you're sicking on him, Liv.
Yeah, you're making this worse for crows, Liv.
Well, at this point, I probably have to ask the question anyway. Mark, would you like to go out with Liv again? I will pay for a second date for you guys.
Oh, my God. Have you not been listening to the last 5 minutes of our conversation?
You know what? No, I don't want to go out with you anymore. And I wasn't kidding about the crows. They really are going to remember you.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Mark, thank you for your time. Good luck with everything, okay?
Thanks.
All right. Hey, Liv?
Yeah.
We're cool, right? Me and you?
Yeah, we're cool.
All right. I just don't want to piss you and the crows off is all.